Hello, wonderful listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Talk with Evelyn and Michael. We are so happy to have you here with us today.
Hey everyone, it is great to be back. I am Michael, and I am ready to learn something new today. How are you doing, Evelyn?
I am doing fantastic, Michael. Thank you for asking. Today, we have a really special topic. It is something that can instantly change how you sound in English. It takes you from sounding like a beginner to sounding like a fluent speaker.
Oh, really? That sounds like exactly what I need. Sometimes I feel like my English sounds a bit choppy, like a robot.
Exactly. That is the perfect word for it. Choppy. Today, we are talking about how to connect sentences. We're going to look at the magic words that glue your ideas together.
Glue words. I like that. So we're talking about conjunctions?
Yes, conjunctions, transitions, and linking words, but do not worry about the grammar terms. We're going to focus on how to use them in real life. Think about your morning, Michael. Tell me what you did this morning, but do not use any connecting words.
Okay. Challenge accepted. Here goes. I woke up. I got out of bed. I brushed my teeth. I made coffee. I drank the coffee. I came to the studio.
Okay, that was perfect, perfectly robotic. It sounds a bit strange, right? Like a list of facts?
Yeah, it felt weird to say. It felt very dry, like I was reading a police report.
Exactly. Now, let's try to add some simple glue. Let's use words like and, then, and after that. Try it again.
Okay, let me try. I woke up, and I got out of bed. Then I brushed my teeth. After that, I made coffee and drank it before coming to the studio.
See? That flows so much better. It sounds like a story now, not just a list. That is the power of connecting sentences.
It really does sound different. It feels softer, more natural. So, where do we start? What is the first connector we should master?
Let's start with the most common one, and. It's simple, but people often underuse it or overuse it. You use and to add information that is similar.
Right. Like, I like apples and bananas.
Exactly. But let's take it to sentences. Suppose you want to describe your friend. She is kind, she is funny. How do we connect that?
She is kind and she is funny.
Perfect. Or you can just say, she is kind and funny. Now, what if the ideas are different? What if one is good and one is bad?
Then we cannot use and. We need but, right?
Yes, but is used for contrast. Let's try an example. Imagine you want to buy a car. It is beautiful. It is too expensive. Connect them.
The car is beautiful, but it is too expensive. That's a sad story, Evelyn.
It is a tragedy, Michael, but grammatically, it's perfect. Let's try another one. I studied hard. I failed the test.
Oh no. I studied hard, but I failed the test. These examples are getting depressing.
Okay, let's make it happier. It was raining. We had a great picnic.
It was raining, but we had a great picnic. That's better. So, and is for similar things, but is for opposite things.
You got it. Now let's look at so. This is for results. Something happens, and so something else happens because of it.
Can you give me a situation?
Sure. Imagine you're very hungry. There's no food in the house. What is the result?
Ah, I see. I was hungry, and there was no food, so I ordered a pizza.
Bingo! The pizza is the result of the hunger and the empty fridge. Let's try another one involving rain.
Okay. It started raining.
So I opened my umbrella.
Perfect. These three words, and, but, so, are the foundation. If you can use these well, you are already doing great. But now, let's level up. Let's talk about time.
Time? You mean like when things happen?
Yes. When you are telling a story, you need to show the order of events. We call these sequencers. Words like first, then, next, after that, finally.
Ah, like when I told you about my morning routine earlier.
Exactly. Let's pretend we are giving instructions. Maybe a recipe. How to make a cup of tea. Michael, walk me through it using sequencers.
Okay, listen carefully, everyone. This is the Michael special tea recipe. First, boil some water.
Good. What is next?
Then, put a tea bag in your mug. Next, pour the hot water into the mug.
And then?
After that, let it sit for 3 minutes. Finally, add some sugar and enjoy.
That was excellent. Did you hear how clear that was? First, then, next, after that, finally. It tells the listener exactly where they are in the process.
It really helps organize your thoughts, too. If I do not use those words, I might just say, boil water, put bag in, pour water. It sounds rude.
It can sound a bit rude, yes, or just impatient. Using these connecting words makes you sound polite and calm. Now, let's try something a bit more advanced. Let's talk about because.
Oh, I know this one. It's for reasons. Why did you do something? Because I wanted to.
The classic answer. Yes, but let's practice connecting two full sentences with it. Sentence 1, I'm tired. Sentence 2, I went to bed late.
I'm tired because I went to bed late.
Can we flip it? Can we start the sentence with because?
Because I went to bed late, I'm tired. Does that work?
It works perfectly, and it sounds actually quite sophisticated. Starting with because emphasizes the reason. Because it was raining, we stayed inside.
Because I love English, I listen to this podcast.
Aw, Michael, that is a great example. And it's true, right?
Absolutely true. Okay, so we have because. What about when we want to add an idea, but we want to sound a bit more professional, instead of just saying and?
Oh, good question. So imagine you're in a job interview. You want to list your skills. You could say, I'm hardworking and I'm organized. But to sound more professional, you can use also or in addition.
Okay, let me try the interview voice. I'm very hardworking. Also, I'm a quick learner.
Very nice. Or you could say, I'm hardworking. In addition, I have 5 years of experience.
Curious. What about plus? Can I use plus?
You can, but plus is a little bit more informal. It's great for chatting with friends. Like, this restaurant is cheap, plus the food is amazing.
I see the difference. So in an interview, use in addition. With friends, use plus. That's a really helpful tip.
I'm glad you think so. Context is everything. Now, I want to introduce a word that confuses a lot of people. Although.
Although. That one always trips me up. It feels like but different.
It's very similar to but. It connects two contrasting ideas. The difference is the structure. Let's look at our expensive car example again. The car is beautiful, but it's expensive. To use although, we put it at the beginning usually.
Although the car is beautiful, it is expensive.
Yes, you nailed it. It means even though this first fact is true, the second fact is also true. Try the rain picnic example.
Okay. Although it was raining, we had a great picnic.
Perfect. It makes you sound very fluent. It shows you can handle complex thoughts. Let's try one more. I was tired. I finished my work.
Although I was tired, I finished my work.
Look at you go. You're connecting sentences like a pro. Now, let's mix it up a little bit. I'm going to give you a scenario, and you have to tell me a little story using at least 3 different connectors. Are you ready?
I was born ready, Evelyn. Hit me with the scenario.
Okay. Scenario. You went to the cinema to see a movie, but things went wrong.
Okay. Things always go wrong in our stories. Let me think. Okay, I have it. First, I arrived at the cinema, but I realized I left my wallet at home.
Oh no!
So I had to call my friend to pay for me. Although I was embarrassed, he was very nice about it. Finally, we watched the movie and ate popcorn.
Clapping! Michael, that was amazing. You used first, but, so, although, and finally. That was a masterpiece.
Thank you, thank you. I felt really good saying that. It just flowed out of me. The connectors really act like bridges, don't they?
They do. Without them, that story would be, I arrived at the cinema, I forgot my wallet, I called my friend, he paid, I was embarrassed, he was nice, we watched the movie.
Cringes. Yeah, that sounds like a robot keeping a diary. Day 400. I forgot wallet. The connectors add the emotion and the relationship between the events.
Exactly. Let's talk about another useful one for daily conversation. Actually.
Actually? Is that a connector?
It acts like one. We use it to correct a misunderstanding or give surprising information. It connects what someone thinks is true with what is really true.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Suppose someone says, Michael, you look like you are 25 years old, and you want to correct them politely.
I wish. I would say, actually, I am older than that.
Right. It connects the previous statement to your new statement. Or imagine we are talking about food. Do you like sushi? Actually, I have never tried it.
I see. It's a soft way to disagree or pivot. Like, I thought it would rain today. Actually, it's really sunny.
Yes, it makes the conversation feel very human. Robots do not use actually. Humans use it all the time. Another one in this family is however.
However, that sounds formal, like something my boss would write in an email.
It is a bit more formal than but. It's great for professional settings or when you want to emphasize a point. We really want to hire you. However, we cannot offer you the salary you asked for.
Ouch, that is a painful example. But I understand. It signals a big turn in the conversation. Can I use it in speaking?
You can, but use it sparingly. If you use it too much, you might sound like a textbook. In casual chat, stick to but or although. But in a presentation, however is your best friend.
Got it. So, but for friends, however for the boss.
That is a good rule of thumb. Now, let's talk about choices. We touched on or earlier. Do you want tea or coffee? But what if we have two options and we need to choose? We can use either or.
Either or. How does that work?
It shows there are two possibilities. We can either go to the park or we can go to the mall.
We can either go to the park or go to the mall. It emphasizes the choice.
Yes. And for the negative, when you want neither of them, neither nor.
Neither nor. I want neither tea nor coffee. Is that right?
Spot on. I want neither tea nor coffee. It sounds very definitive. I speak neither Spanish nor French.
Joking. I have neither money nor time. My life story.
Michael, you are on fire today. But these are great structures. They connect two negative ideas perfectly. Okay, let's take a little breather. We have covered a lot. And, but, so, because, although, sequencers, actually, however, either, or.
It is a lot, but it makes sense when we break it down. You know what I struggle with sometimes? When I want to give an example, I always just say, for example.
And for example is great, but you want some variety.
Yes. Are there other ways to connect a general idea to a specific example?
Definitely. You can say, for instance. It means exactly the same thing. There are many healthy fruits. For instance, oranges and apples.
For instance, I have many hobbies. For instance, playing guitar and hiking.
Lovely. You can also use such as. This is very common in the middle of a sentence. I enjoy outdoor sports, such as tennis and soccer.
I enjoy outdoor sports such as tennis and soccer. That flows really well. It feels less choppy than starting a new sentence with for example.
Exactly. It keeps the sentence moving. Another informal one is like.
Oh yeah, I use like all the time. I want food like pizza or burgers.
Yes, like is perfect for casual conversation. Just be careful not to use it in very formal writing. Stick to such as for your emails to the boss.
Note taken. Like for pizza, such as for reports.
You are creating a whole rule book today, Michael. Let's practice a bit more with a day in the life story. I want you to describe your perfect Saturday. Use at least 5 different connectors we have discussed. Take your time.
My perfect Saturday. Okay. Let me visualize it. First, I would wake up late because it is the weekend.
Good start. Keep going.
Then, I would eat a huge breakfast, such as pancakes and eggs. After that, I would go for a long walk or ride my bike.
Nice options.
Continuing, although I should probably clean my house, I would actually play video games instead. Finally, I would meet my friends for dinner.
Fantastic. That sounds like a wonderful day. And you connected everything so smoothly. It didn't sound like a list, it sounded like a plan.
Thanks. It feels good to string sentences together. It makes me feel like I'm really speaking English, not just translating words.
That is the key, Michael. Fluency isn't just about knowing big vocabulary words. It's about how you connect the simple words. A simple sentence, connected well, sounds better than a complex sentence that stands alone.
That is a really deep thought. Connection is more important than complexity. I like that.
Exactly. Now, let's look at one more category before we wrap up today's long session. Clarification. When you say something and you feel the other person didn't understand, or you want to explain it better.
Oh, like when I say something confusing, what words do I use?
You can use in other words or I mean.
I mean. I hear that a lot in movies.
Yes, it was a disaster. I mean, everything went wrong. It connects the vague statement, disaster, to the explanation, everything went wrong.
He is very frugal. I mean, he never spends any money.
Exactly. In other words is a bit more formal. The project was terminated. In other words, we lost the job.
In other words, that's good for explaining complicated things. Photosynthesis is vital. In other words, plants need light.
Look at you getting scientific. Yes, these connectors help you ensure your listener is following you. They check for understanding.
This has been such a comprehensive lesson, Evelyn. My brain is full of connectors. I feel like a human bridge.
A human bridge. That's a funny image. But it's true. You are bridging your thoughts. Let's do a quick lightning round recap. I will say a function. You give me a connector. Ready?
Ready. Let's do this.
Fast pace. Addition.
And, also.
Fast pace. Contrast.
But, however, although.
Fast pace. Reason.
Because, since.
Fast pace. Result.
So, therefore.
Fast pace. Time.
First, then, finally.
Slowing down. Examples.
Like, such as, for instance.
Clapping. You passed the test 100%.
Whew, that was intense. But it really helped to categorize them like that.
It does. And for our listeners, don't try to learn them all at once. Pick 2 or 3 new ones. Maybe focus on although and actually this week. Use them in your daily life.
That's good advice. Don't overwhelm yourself. Just add a little bit of glue each day.
Before we go, I want to talk about one common mistake I hear, the run-on sentence.
What is a run-on sentence?
It is when you connect too many sentences with and. I went to the store and I bought milk and I saw my friend and we talked and I came home.
That sounds like a little kid telling a story. And then.
Exactly. It is okay for kids, but for adults, you want to break it up. Use periods or use different connectors. I went to the store and bought milk. Then I saw my friend. We talked for a while before I came home. See the difference?
Huge difference. The first one sounds breathless. The second one sounds controlled. So the lesson is connect, but don't over-connect with just and.
Precisely. Variety is the spice of life and of language.
Curious, Evelyn, do you have a favorite connector? Is that a weird question?
It is a delightfully nerdy question. I think my favorite is meanwhile.
Meanwhile? Why?
Dreamy. It sounds so cinematic. I was cooking dinner. Meanwhile, the cat was stealing the fish. It shows 2 things happening at the same time in different places.
That is a great one. I think my favorite is eventually.
Why eventually?
Because it means something happened after a long time. It implies patience. I studied English for years. Eventually, I became fluent.
That is beautiful, Michael. And it's a promise to our listeners, too. Keep practicing. Eventually, you will get there.
Yes, eventually, you will connect sentences without even thinking about it.
Well, on that inspiring note, I think we are ready to wrap up. We hope this episode helps you smooth out your robotic sentences and flow like a river.
Thank you for listening, everyone. We really appreciate you spending your time with us. Don't forget to practice those connectors.
Remember, English is about communication, not perfection. But a few good connectors make communication a lot easier. We'll be back soon with another topic to help you on your journey.
Have a great day, guys. Keep talking.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.